Although it seems like a plot out of a science fiction film, governments worldwide consider the threat of alien invasion a possibility, and some have a plan of action in place.
In a universe nearly 14 billion years old, it's easy to conceive that there could be civilizations out there with a billion-year head start on us.
An alien attack on the planet could come in the form of this force that can kind of hover above us and strike with pinpoint accuracy against targets that make sense.
They would want to take out our most advanced militaries. And probably the most advanced military around the world is that of the United States. And to take out our military, you have to take out the leadership. Because without the leadership in the White House in Washington, then the military really doesn't have direction.
The aliens start knocking out our communication satellites hovering in space. The goal is to cripple the military's ability to respond.
The first thing, they would get rid of our satellites so that we get completely confused.
They could use what we call ASAT, an anti-satellite weapon, which is something as simple as a rock or a bullet that can be very effective in space.
All of a sudden, the sky above their heads lights up with meteors. Meteors raining down everywhere.
Society would begin almost immediately to break down.
We will not be just fighting an alien invasion from the skies, but we will be fighting to survive against other humans that are looting, panicking, freaking out.
World governments lie in ruins. Major cities smolder from the attack. And those who have managed to survive struggle with a sparse food supply, a diminishing number of freshwater sources, and an entire digital communication system that has been destroyed.
Even if extraterrestrials launch a devastating attack on planet Earth, some of us will endure. We will go on, but it will be in a very small numbers and in a totally different way.
People who are lucky enough to still be alive are the young and the strong, the ones who have managed to find a community, a pocket that they can live in that has some supplies.
Hunting and other primal instincts will be the keys to sustaining life. All the while, like the spacecraft hovering in the sky, one question will loom. Why would alien robots have traveled across the universe to wipe out life on planet Earth?
Earth has minerals and all sorts of resources that can be harvested by an energy-hungry civilization. So there's always a chance they'll land on the Earth and plunder us. But there are going to be a lot of other habitable planets that are rich in natural resources that have no life on them. And I think those are the planets they would plunder first.
What is likely is that they've exhausted their own resources and polluted their own planet beyond the point of return, and they have to come here to make this the place that they're going to set up shop and continue to live. Not just to set up mining colonies to pull iron ore out of the ground and tungsten out of the ground. They're coming here to live here.
For the aliens, with the attack complete, the next phase is terraforming. The process of converting a planet to an environment better suited for your particular form of life.
I could well imagine the next phase might be machines, huge machines that drop down from the sky, hit the Earth, anchor themselves into the Earth, and begin chugging out new gases, changing the temperature of our world, changing our atmosphere to a different composition.
Earth is a prime candidate. Because it sits in what is called the habitable zone, an area around a star where water can exist in liquid form and life can thrive. Scientists believe that it's this prime location that provides perhaps the most viable motive for an alien invasion.
This is no different from what humans are beginning to do. We're sending out robotic space probes, for example, to Mars. They scoop up some soil. So there's nothing new about this. Any extraterrestrials coming here to attack, then to terraform, would really be only doing a slightly more advanced version of what we are ourselves doing.
For any survivors on Earth, terraforming would be humanity's final demise.
They come here and then they terraform the planet and turn it into the air that they can breathe, which then kills us off.
We would not be able to breathe. Our plants, our animals would wither and die, given the fact that the atmosphere itself is being changed, in which case we would be driven to extinction.
This is not just an idea torn from the pages of science fiction. As humanity stretches farther into space, scientists are already pondering what might happen if primitive alien life stands in the way of our own survival.
I have no doubt that if we have to go to another planet and there is some sort of species there that is in our way, I think we'll destroy it so that we can go on. It's the law of survival.
Truthfully, it just may be business. They are expanding. Their outlook on the universe is very different than ours. And the Earth just happens to be on a part of the Orion Arm in the Milky Way galaxy they're passing through right now, and they're going to use it for their needs without a second thought of what lives on it or whether it's precious or should be saved or not. It's just business.